What do karaoke, banana ketchup, and life-saving bamboo incubator have in common? They all come from the brilliant minds of Filipino inventors. The Philippines, an archipelago of over 7,000 islands, isn't just rich in culture and natural beauty, it's a powerhouse of innovation. From the streets of Manila to the labs of global medicine, Filipino ingenuity has shaped the way we sing, move, heal, and connect. In this video, we will cover some incredible inventions such as the karaoke sing-along system, erythromycin, and the modern yo-yo, just to name a few. Welcome to Proud Nation Hub, where we explore the stories of different countries around the world. In this video, we'll explore 10 groundbreaking Filipino inventions that improved the nation and influenced the world. In the heart of rural Philippines, where electricity flickers and medical equipment is scarce, one woman saw a problem and turned it into a life-saving invention made of bamboo. Meet Dr. Fe del Mundo, the first woman ever admitted to Harvard Medical School in 1936 no less. She wasn't just breaking glass ceilings, she was building hospitals from scratch. Literally, during World War II she ran a children's ward inside a Japanese internment camp. Later she founded the first pediatric hospital in the Philippines, and her mission was clear: no children should die because of poverty or geography. But here was the problem. In many rural areas, premature babies were dying simply because they had no money for incubators and no electricity to power them. So what did Dr. Del Mundo do? She designed a low-cost, non-electric incubator made from bamboo, cloth, and hot water bottles. It was genius in its simplicity, and it worked. Her bamboo incubator became a beacon of hope in remote villages, saving countless newborns. It wasn't just a Filipino solution, it was a global lesson in frugal innovation. Today, her legacy lives on in every child who gets a fighting chance, regardless of where they're born. And here's something to remember: Dr. Del Mundo's work spanned 8 decades, earned her the title of National Scientist of the Philippines, and even got her a Google Doodle tribute in 2018. Sometimes the most powerful inventions aren't made of steel and wires, they're made of bamboo, compassion, and a refusal to give up. Before Spotify, before TikTok, before viral covers, there was karaoke, and yes, it was a Filipino invention. In 1975, Roberto de Rosario, a Filipino inventor and musician, patented the sing-along system, a machine that let anyone sing to instrumental tracks with lyrics displayed on screen. It was the birth of karaoke as we know it, and while Japan popularized the term karaoke, it was Del Rosario who made it portable, accessible, and fun. Here's the reality: Del Rosario's invention came before similar Japanese machines, but global credit often skipped over him. Still, he held multiple patents, including one for the -1 system, which removed vocals from tracks, a game changer for aspiring singers. Filipinos don't just sing, they engineer the stage. Karaoke became a cultural phenomenon. In the Philippines, it's not just entertainment, it's a lifestyle. From birthday parties to barangay fiestas, karaoke machines are as common as rice cookers. And globally, karaoke is now a $10 billion industry with millions of machines, apps, and bars echoing Del Rosario's legacy. So next time you belt out a power ballad at 2 a.m., thank a Filipino inventor who believed everyone deserves a mic. If you're allergic to penicillin, there's a good chance this Filipino doctor saved your life and never got credit for it. Meet Dr. Abelardo Aguilar, a physician from Iloilo who wasn't just treating patients, he was quietly revolutionizing medicine. In 1949, while working as a medical rep for Eli Lilly, he sent soil samples from his backyard to the company's labs. What they found was extraordinary: a strain of bacteria called Saccharopolyspora erythrea, which led to the development of erythromycin, a powerful antibiotic that's now used to treat everything from pneumonia to skin infections. But here's the kicker: Aguilar's name was erased from the story. Eli Lilly patented the drug, made billions, and never gave him a cent. Not even a thank you. His discovery became a staple in global healthcare, especially for patients allergic to penicillin, yet he died without recognition or compensation. Imagine discovering a miracle in your backyard and watching someone else take credit. Despite the injustice, Aguilar's legacy lives on. Erythromycin has saved millions of lives worldwide, and slowly, the Philippines is reclaiming his story, honoring him as a symbol of brilliance, humility, and quiet power of Filipino science. Sometimes the greatest heroes wear lab coats and get buried in footnotes. Here's to you, Dr. Aguilar. Before FaceTime, before Zoom, before video calls were a swipe away, one Filipino engineer saw the future through a screen. In the 1950s, long before the internet, Gregorio Zara, a physicist and engineer, invented the first two-way video phone. That's right, a working prototype that let people see and talk to each other in real time, decades before it became mainstream. Zara wasn't just tinkering in a lab, he was a polymath. He held over 30 patents, spoke 9 languages, and even invented an alcohol-fueled airplane engine. But it was his video phone, patented in 1955, that truly felt like science fiction. Using a television set, a camera, and a microphone, he created a system that transmitted both audio and video, a full 50 years before Skype. He basically invented Zoom long before color TV was even a thing. So why didn't it take off? Well, the tech world wasn't ready. Infrastructure was limited, and his ideas seemed too far ahead of its time. But Zara's vision laid the groundwork for what we now take for granted: video calls with loved ones, virtual meetings, and even telemedicine. Today, every time you wave at someone through a screen, you're echoing the dream of a Filipino inventor who saw connection not just as a possibility, but as a promise. It started as a leftover war vehicle, it became a national symbol, and now it's going electric. The Jeepney, part Jeep, part bus, all Filipino, was born from necessity after World War II. American troops left behind surplus Jeeps and Filipinos transformed them into colorful, extended passenger vehicles. With chrome grills, vibrant paint, and religious slogans, Jeepneys became the heartbeat of urban transport. If you've never squeezed into a Jeepney with 18 strangers and a sack of rice, have you even lived? But as cities grew, so did pollution. Enter the E Jeepney, a modern, eco-friendly upgrade powered by electricity. Launched in 2007 by the Institute for Climate and Sustainable Cities, the E Jeepney reduces carbon emissions, noise, and fuel costs, while keeping the soul of the original. It's not just a vehicle, it's a statement. The Philippines is now one of the few countries to electrify a traditional public transport icon, blending heritage with sustainability. Metro Manila's Jeepney carry millions of passengers daily, making them one of the most used and most loved forms of transport in Southeast Asia. From war relic to green revolution, the Jeepney proves that Filipino innovation doesn't just move people, it moves history. It's not just a toy, it's a revolution on a string. And it started with a Filipino immigrant chasing the American dream. The yo-yo has ancient roots, used as a weapon in the Philippines centuries ago, but the modern yo-yo, the one with the string that loops and returns, was popularized in the US by Pedro Flores, a Filipino immigrant who arrived in California in the 1920s. Flores didn't just play with yo-yos, he turned them into a business. He founded the Flores Yo-Yo Company, mass-produced the toy, and introduced the looping string mechanism that made tricks possible. He even held the first yo-yo contest, sparking a craze that swept across America. Pedro Flores didn't just sell toys, he launched a movement. By 1929, he was producing 300,000 yo-yos per day, and eventually sold the company to Donald Duncan, whose name became synonymous with the toy. But make no mistake, the yo-yo's modern form, its rise to fame, and its cultural impact all trace back to a Filipino innovator. Today, yo-yo competitions are held worldwide with tricks that defy gravity, all thanks to a man who believed a simple toy could bring joy, skill, and connection. It looks like ketchup, tastes like magic, and it's made from bananas, only in the Philippines. During World War II, tomatoes were scarce, but bananas plentiful, and to Maria Orosa, a Filipino food technologist, war hero, and inventor who refused to let supply shortages dictate Filipino cuisine, she created banana ketchup, a sweet, tangy, tomato-free alternative that became a national staple. Orosa wasn't just a kitchen genius, she held over 700 recipes and inventions, including the soyalac, which was a protein-rich soybean product, and the palayok oven, a clay pot oven for rural areas without electricity. She also smuggled food into Japanese prison camps using hollowed-out bamboo, saving countless lives. She could cook, but most importantly, she fought hunger with science. Banana ketchup became a symbol of Filipino resilience and creativity. Today it's used on everything from fried chicken to spaghetti, and exported worldwide. Brands like Jufran have turned it into a global curiosity and a beloved condiment. If you want a great alternative to tomato ketchup, give banana ketchup a try. What if you could make mango trees bloom, not just in season, but on command? That's exactly what Dr. Ramon Barba, a Filipino horticulturalist, figured out in the 1970s. At the time, mango trees only flowered once a year, making harvests unpredictable and profits limited. But Barba had vision: more flowers, more fruit, more food. Using a simple chemical called potassium nitrate, he developed a method to induce flowering in mango trees year-round. It was cheap, safe, and revolutionary. Suddenly, farmers could control their harvest cycles, boosting production and income. Basically, he turned mango trees into overachievers. The impact was massive. The Philippines became one of the top mango exporters in the world, and Barba's technique was adopted across Asia, Latin America, and Africa. His invention helped feed families, grow economies, and sweeten the global fruit market. Thanks to Barba's method, mango yields increased by 300%, transforming the industry and earning him the title of National Scientist of the Philippines. From backyard orchards to global exports, Dr. Barba proved that with the right spark, even mangoes can bloom out of season. Before smartphones, before gaming consoles, before the internet, one Filipino engineer helped lay the groundwork for it all. Meet Dios Dado Banatao, a tech visionary from Cagayan Valley who went from walking barefoot to school to walking into Silicon Valley boardrooms. In the 1980s, Banatao developed the first single-chip 16-bit microprocessor-based calculator, streamlining computing power and shrinking bulky machines into sleek, efficient devices. Basically, he helped turn computers from furniture into pocket-sized magic. Banatao's innovations didn't stop there. He also pioneered the graphics accelerator chip, which made modern PCs graphics possible. A breakthrough that fuels everything from gaming to design software. His work laid the foundation for Ethernet, Wi-Fi, and the chips inside your laptop right now. Banatao's companies were acquired for hundreds of millions of dollars, and he's now a leading tech investor and philanthropist, funding science education in the Philippines. From rice fields to microchips, Banatao proved that genius isn't born in labs, it's born in grit. What if one vehicle could fight fires, rescue victims, and treat injuries all at once? That's the genius behind the 3-in-1 Firetruck, invented by Filipino engineer Alfredo M. Ano Sr. In a country where emergency responses often face traffic, budget limits, and logistical hurdles, Anos designed a solution that's part fire engine, part ambulance, and part rescue vehicle. Basically, it's like a Swiss Army knife of emergency responses, with sirens. Unveiled in the early 2000s, this multi-purpose truck includes a fire suppression system with high-pressure hoses and water tanks, a rescue ladder with tools for reaching trapped victims, a mini clinic with basic medical equipment for first aid and stabilization. It's built for speed, efficiency, and adaptability, especially in urban areas where every second counts. And the best part is that it's manufactured locally, proving that Filipino engineering can meet global standards while solving local problems. The 3-in-1 Firetruck has been deployed in cities across the Philippines, saving lives and setting a new benchmark for emergency innovation. When disaster strikes, this Filipino invention doesn't just arrive, it shows up ready for everything. These stories aren't just about inventions, they're about people, dreamers, rebels, scientists, and everyday heroes that saw a problem and built solutions. They turned scarcity into creativity and local challenges into global breakthroughs. Whether it's saving newborns in rural clinics, transforming public transport, or making mangoes bloom out of season, these contributions prove one thing: Filipino ingenuity is unstoppable. So if this video inspired you, taught you something new, or made you proud, do us a favor. Like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories from around the world. Thank you for watching. Mabuhay ang Pilipino, and may your ideas change the world.